Hi there, and welcome to the first episode of a series called In Search of the Ultimate Bullet. In this episode, we'll meet up with Joris and check out his yellow Bullitt. This video is about 20 minutes long and divided in two parts. The first part is the introduction, where we get to know Joris a little bit better, and in the second part, we'll have a closer look at his bike. You can find timestamps beneath in the description, so you can jump to the part you're most interested in if you don't want to watch the complete video. There will also be a part list of what's on the bike in the description, and if you have any questions for Joris about his bicycle, you can put them in the comment section. I'll see to it that you get an answer as soon as possible. And for now, enjoy the video.
Hi Joris, how are you?
Hi Helgi, I'm fine, and you? And the sun is out, so everything is good. So.
Great moment to do this interview.
Yeah, to talk about the infamous Bullitt.
Yes. Can you introduce yourself to us?
Okay, so I'm nearly 50 years old. I live in Edegem, near Antwerp. I've always been a cyclist enthusiast, and since almost 10 years now I'm riding a Bullitt. I co-started the Bullitt hangover team. It's a Bullitt club here in Antwerp at Leuven. And I use my Bullitt mainly for the usual stuff you do on a bike.
How and when was the first time you learned about the existence of Bullitt bikes?
Yeah. So, for me the story of the cargo bike started with seeing a lot of people riding with the Dutch brand Bakfiets. I really liked the idea, but I didn't like the fact that it was a ride-up bike with a wooden box and it looked really heavy. So I started browsing on the internet, found two brands, the Bullitt and the first generation of Doeze. But the Bullitt took more of my attention because it looks more like a mountain bike. I'm also a mountain biker. So when I went to a Brussels store who had a Bullitt for test rides, and I did a test ride, and I ordered one the week after. So
yeah, you were sold and
I was
convinced.
sold, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is this your first Bullitt bike?
Yes, this is my first Bullitt bike, and it will remain my Bullitt bike until it breaks.
So is the Bullitt your daily ride?
It is not my daily ride because I do not ride bikes daily, but it's whenever I ride, it's my bike, except for mountain biking. Mountain biking, I do on my mountain bike. So, but professionally, I work on the road. I'm a service technician, so I drive a car and have a company car. So I do not own a car, but I have a company car. So.
Okay. So did you ever use your Bullitt to go mountain biking?
Not pure mountain biking, but as you can see, there's a lot of dirt on it. So I like to ride in parks and small, easy trails. Whenever I can and I see dirt, I get in the dirt with my with my Bullitt. So
okay.
Even with the slick rear tire.
Do you ever use your Bullitt to go on a vacation or make longer trips?
Longer trips, yeah. Vacations. Not with my family because my wife cannot ride long distances. But with the Bullitt Club, we already did some multiple day trips. And once we went with 5 Bulletteers, we went to Paris on a week trip. So yeah.
Okay. What's the largest or most heavy cargo you ever moved on your Bullitt bike?
The heaviest one must have been like 110 kilos of floorboards, and the biggest one was probably I've got 2 sons, and when they were small they had bunk beds, and the bunk beds were worn out, so I dismantled the bunk beds, and I had 2 bunk beds on the bike to go to the recycle station.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So which generation of frame is this?
In my opinion, it's a Mark II because it's the first one with the exchangeable dropouts and without the belt port, and still with the small headset in front. So for me, it's Mark II.
Okay. So, Joris, when money was no object,
Yeah.
how would your dream or ultimate bullet look like or be made?
My ultimate bullet would be the pinion bullet, because then you can exchange wheels, like you can have a winter set and a summer set. Then like my current bike, all accessories in black, some custom colors, for example, for the frame and the fork. Then a good lighting system like a supernova or a sun system. And then large tires and large rims. That's the only thing I would change on this bike too. I've got small rims, narrow rims, and I would like to have larger rims.
Okay.
And of course the Brooks saddle.
Yeah.
That's.
Okay. Okay, so Joris, let's have a look at your bike in more detail. Maybe we can start in the front.
In the front, okay.
And then move backwards, and please tell us what you changed on your bike, or what's on your bike, and tell us why you choose for that particular accessory.
Okay.
Just the story behind it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of standard parts or OEM parts on my Bullitt. Almost everything has been changed. So in the front I've got a Supernova dyno hub laced in an Alex Supra rim. It's a bit narrower. It's a narrower rim than standard. Then I've got these. This is the latest tire that I'm trying. This is the Continental Contact Urban, which has a lot of grip in the wet. Really a lot of grip compared to like a Big Apple or the Marathon, even the Marathons. It has more grip than the Marathons in the wet.
Okay.
Then as a front light, I've got also the Supernova that comes with a hub.
Okay.
I like this one especially because the Supernova sign here lights up, so they can see your light burning from the sides too, not only from the front. And I always leave my light on, so it's never out.
Yeah.
Then I've got a steering damper. That's mainly because it's the stock steering damper from LarryvsHarry. I've got this one because I used to run a big tire, a 2.35 Big Apple, and when you get on higher speeds, then you get the speed wobble. With the damper, of course, you do not have speed wobble, and I kept it on because I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the attachment of the steering bar on a Bullitt normally has 2 holes. So from the early beginning that I got this bike, I used to hit in between boulders with this side of the steering bar. So I mounted my steering bar on the inner hole. And then when I changed color on my fork, I've cut off the outer hole just before painting. Then for me, the big benefit of the inner hole is that your steering arm stays on the inside of your frame. And it's a little bit different when you steer. It's a little more reactive. Now, a lot of guys in our Bullitt club have done the same thing as me, and we started a group on Facebook which is called the Inner Hole Tribe. So check this out.
Okay, we'll do that.
Then when we go further back, I've got the original honeycomb board, but I've removed the vertical pane because when you ride without luggage or without a box on it, this vertical pane gives a lot of air resistance. And a small detail is this lip. This is the hinge, and normally this male hinge is on the vertical pane. So I swapped the hinges. So it's like a round edge. It's more beautiful, and it doesn't whistle in the wind.
Okay.
The female one whistles in the wind.
Okay.
Then underneath the floorboard, the honeycomb board, I've got a pump.
Okay,
a hand pump.
Let's turn it. We'll have a look.
It's a pump from Wahoo, I guess. I don't remember. But it's a very good one, and you can use it like a floor pump to like a big style floor pump.
Okay.
So always easy, always nice to have a pump.
Yeah.
To help out others or yourself.
Yeah.
Then we move further to the middle of the bike. Here I kept the easy up system because then you can get your steering out of the way when you have a higher load. But because I'm a small guy, I'm only 165, I removed the tall spacer and I've put a smaller spacer in here, just big enough to clear my horn on the yellow box.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I've got a short stem, which helps in riding with one hand, for example, because when you ride with one hand, you put pressure, and then your bike wants to turn with the small stem. The leverage is smaller, so you have more resistance.
Yeah.
And a smaller bar because I've got a smaller frame too. My shoulders are not that far apart. So.
Yeah. Okay. Also a Quadlock, I see.
A Quadlock for my iPhone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Almost every bulleteer has one. Yeah.
So a horn from Airzound, which you can pump up with a compressor or with a hand pump.
Okay.
And then the air goes here in this container, and then you have 104 decibels of horn and a bell for other cyclists and pedestrians.
Okay.
The horn is for trucks and cars and whoever is in my way, which is enclosed. Then the brakes are still the standard brakes from Tektro, 9 years old, almost 10 years old. Had to replace the pads only once, and still no air in the lines, so very good stuff.
Very good. Yeah.
Then I've got a lot of stickers, a lot of scratches, but that's the beauty of my bike, I think. It's not a trailer queen, it's a tool. It's a tool. So here we have the original chain set, but with different pedals. These are from Schindelhauer. They are called the urban pedal, and it's with grip tape like on a skateboard. So even in the wet with a Converse All-Star, you won't slip.
Yeah. So ideal. So you don't have clipless.
No.
Lot of bulleteers have clipless, eh?
I've got clipless pedals too, but I only use them when I ride long distances with the Bullitt.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's the egg beater. It's a very small pedal where you can click in 4 sides, not 2 sides.
Okay.
And those are the ones that are now on my mountain bike. So.
Okay.
Then I've got the AXA Defender lock, very common here in Belgium and in Holland, I guess, with an extra chain here. So you can attach it to a pole. It's not like mega secure, but I never leave my Bullitt out for more than 1 hour or not even out of sight. So.
Yeah.
Then, that's a funny story. When I got the Bullitt, all the accessories on the Bullitt were black, except the seat. The seat post was aluminum colored.
Okay.
And Lieven, you guys have already seen probably the movie with Lieven. He had all accessories in aluminum color except for the seat post, which was black, so we switched.
Yeah, okay.
Then here I've got the Supernova E3 backlight. Same thing as the front light. You can also see the light burning from the sides.
Okay.
And then a titanium B17 Brooks, which already has like 50,000 kilometers on it from another bike and from this bike. So.
Okay. So do we have any idea how many kilometers you've driven with the Bullitt?
Normally I track all my kilometers in Strava, even when I go to like a bakery shop or running groceries. But for a few years I didn't do it, so I don't have an exact odometer of my Bullitt. An estimate, very hard to say.
Yeah. A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Not as much as I want, but a lot.
Yeah.
Then when we go further back, I've got this clip-on mud guard. It's called a Dash Blade, and it comes off very easily.
Yeah.
Because normally I ride like this, except when the roads are wet. But I kept the front part of my original mud guard because when you ride in the mud, for example, or on dirt roads, then the back of your legs stay clean. Otherwise, with this Dash Blade, just only your back stays clean and your ass. But this is for the back of my legs.
Okay.
Then also still the original brakes. As you can see, I like to maintain my bikes. The hub is an Alfine 11.
Okay.
Which is the third hub I have on this bike. I started out with a 7-speed, then an 8-speed, and now it's an 11-speed, and I like this one a lot. The rim is I forgot it. It's a Mavic.
Okay.
And the spokes are DT Swiss, and it's a prefab built wheel that I bought online.
Okay.
Then, because this is a Mark II bike, it doesn't have a belt port, but I still wanted to run a belt.
Okay.
So 2 days after the warranty of my bike expired, I've took an angle grinder and grinded right through the frame and installed the belt.
Okay.
It has been on ever since, the same belt. This belt has 8 years now. The rear sprocket has 8 years. Just the front sprocket I had to change out because it was worn out 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I started out with a big one, and now I've got, this is what Harry calls the mountain goat. So it's a 46-26.
Okay.
That means that I've got a very close ratio gearbox now, like a racing bike. So most of the time I shift 2 gears in one go.
Okay. Okay. And then we have the aluminum box, I think.
The aluminum box.
Yeah.
So this is the original accessory from LarryvsHarry, and I adapted it to my needs. So on the outside you can see this. In fact, this is a vent, and this is used in yachts and boats. So when we open the box, you have 2 vents on both sides, and you can see here I drilled a vent and I've put in this
for mosquitoes
bugs. Yeah,
or
for
stuff.
bugs.
Yeah.
And then I've got an exit over there too.
Okay.
And then the inside of the box is painted with the paint that is used on cars for it's a very rough paint, a protection paint in fact.
Yeah.
And it's also because aluminum gives off on clothes and on
it gives,
your rucksack, for example.
Yeah.
So it keeps the stuff clean that is in the box.
Okay.
That's another reason why I still have the Satori. I do like this when I go shopping, for example, and then I can, with a bungee cord, keep the box open.
Yeah. And then you can still see over the box.
I can still see over the box, but I do not ride like this.
No.
But then you can charge and discharge easily without
That's
having the lid.
much easier, And otherwise you have to take off the lid. That's also possible, but
you have to drill out the rivets.
Yeah.
So it's riveted. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So
a lot going on with your bike.
That's my Bullitt, And every time a thing was worn out, I replaced it with something better. Like the new headsets are now fancy, full speed ahead headsets. And
Okay. So, and do you do your maintenance of the bike yourself?
Yeah.
Or you don't bring it
to
to a shop?
No, never. No. The only thing I cannot do is lace up a wheel. So if if I need a new rim, then I will go to a shop. But all the other stuff I do myself.
You do for yourself. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Joris.
You're welcome.